Okay, so the flow for today is going to take us toward the one-legged crow, which means it's going to be a bit more core intensive day, very much getting into the upper body, bent arm strength, the back line of the body as well, and especially working in toward the glutes and into the outer hips, so just keep that in mind. The one demonstration I have before we start is the one-legged crow itself, and as usual here, we're going to take this from your regular crow. So come into the pose as much as you can. Get used to shifting weight from one arm to the other. You're trying to lift your knee off your arm, and even just shifting your weight for a moment is good enough. There's levels to this. It's a hard pose to hold. Work it as best you can. Just take it as far as you're able, and just feel this out. So what's going to happen is at the end of each sequence, you're going to be in your forward fold, come into crow as usual. Both hands down, grip the floor, keep your hips up high, and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now, move into this deliberately here. So lean forward, let your feet lift together, bring the toes to touch, and bring your head and your shoulders forward. Try to keep your hips as high as you can. You're going to shift your weight to one side or the other. I'll tell you which, but I'm going to bring my weight over to the right side. So I'm going to take the weight off my left leg, lifting the knee, and I'm going to set it back down. You can just play around with this, and this is pretty intense by itself. Now, if you're able to keep that knee lifted, squeeze that leg toward the other side, and maybe just hold here, still with your hips high, still with everything pulled in. If you want to go further, you can extend that lifted leg up and back, work that as best you can, take it slow. It's very hard to hold. If you move too fast in this, it's very likely you're just going to come down. There's not far to fall, so it's not too big a deal. But you want to try to take this to a point where you can control and hold on to your balance. It's going to take a lot of tension to hold. So whatever version you bring this into, see about holding this for 3 long breaths. And then from there, you just work it through the transition and go through your vinyasa. So just work it as best you can. So to get this started, bring yourself down onto your back. Let's go ahead and start this out with your feet on the floor, a little wider than your hips. Bring the knees in toward each other. That'll help release your low back down to the mat. And then arms out to your sides somewhere, palms open toward the ceiling. And just stay loose here. Let the elbows bend, let your shoulders sink down, let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in, let your mind quiet down. And then start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pull in as much as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this here to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. With the next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. And take it back and forth. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. And with the exhale, bring the arms down but curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted here. Stretch forward through your fingertips. And we'll go back and forth. With your next inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl forward. Bring the shoulders up as high as you can. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this forward again. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl this forward. Inhale, roll out. And with the exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl forward, stretch to your fingertips. Inhale, roll out long. Now from here, just keep your arms past your head and bring your feet together, and we'll just change the position a little bit. I want you to cross your legs. Right foot on the floor. Cross the left leg tightly over the right like an eagle bind. And then we'll go back and forth here with a twist. So take an inhale. Now with the exhale, curl and reach to the left of your legs. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl left for 2. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl to the side for 3. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl left for 4. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl a 5th time. Inhale, roll this out, stay reaching. And switch it out. Bring the left foot to the floor. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Squeeze your legs together. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, curl and reach to the right this time. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl right again. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl right for 3. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl to the side for 4. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl right for 5. Now inhale, roll out long. And then just uncross your legs, bring your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, and squeeze everything in. Then you can pull the knees wide, maybe rock a little bit side to side. Breathe here for a moment. Now if you're moving side to side, bring yourself back into center. Knees pulled in close. Lift your head and shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. And then from here, we're just going to start to roll along the length of the spine. So bring the weight back toward your shoulders and then toward your tailbone. And just keep rolling back and forth. Now try to keep your spine round as best you can. Keep your chin toward your chest. And we're going to go back and forth, ideally about 5 times. Now once you come up for that 5th time, try to come up to a seat and hover your feet above the floor. If the feet come down, just draw everything in and lean back. Now sit this up as tall as you can. Draw the thighs in close. And then from here, just keep your balance, but release your grip. Arms at your sides, bring the shins toward parallel with the floor. Now with the thighs pulled in close, reach the arms forward, arms straight, palms together. Interlace your fingers, point your index fingers forward. And try to keep your lower body as is as we go back and forth twisting. So just bring both arms down to the right side as far as you can. And then come up through center, keep the legs close, and twist over to the left. Back through center, move slow. Twist over to the right, keep the legs pulled in close. Through center, and then twist over to your left side again. Come back through center. Twist over to the right one more time. And then bring it through center, twist over to your left side again. Now come back to center, keep the thighs pulled in close, reach this forward. And if you want to take it further, maybe extend your legs a little bit, maybe a lot, still sit this up tall, and just hold. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Bring your feet to the floor. Set your hands down behind you. And just loosen up, twist. Fold your knees right and left for a moment here. All right, and then go ahead and set your feet flat. And let's bring this into reverse tabletop right away. So feet in front of you, hips width distance apart, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Palms down. Point your fingertips to the sides, right or left. Now push into the floor. Lift your seat up off the mat. Let's just take it up and down. So with an inhale, press your hips up high. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink this down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Now inhale, press up one more time. Hold this time. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep your hips pushing up. Bring your chin to your chest and look forward at least a little bit. And once you hold that lift, keep your glutes squeezing. You're going to shift weight from one arm to the other. So bring the weight over to your left hand. And then lift the right. Reach across. Try to touch your left shoulder. Hips are still high. Set the right hand down. Bring the weight to the right side. Left hand lifts. Reach over to the right shoulder. And then bring that hand down. Come over to your left side again. Right arm reaches. Try to touch the left shoulder. And then bring the hand down. Hips are still high. Bring the weight to the right. And then reach for the right shoulder. And then bring your left hand down. Come over to your left side again. Right hand to your left shoulder. Hips are lifted. Right hand comes back down. Come back over to the right side. Reach with the left hand. Try to touch that right shoulder. And then bring it back to center. One more round. Over to your left side. Right hand reaching toward the left shoulder again. Bring the right hand to the floor. Weight goes right. Bring the left hand toward your right shoulder. Back to center. Hips are still high. And then set yourself back down. Now once you come down, take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And then from here, let's take this into more of a reclining position. This will be a variation of side plank. So once you extend your left leg straight, but keep the right foot flat, come down onto your left forearm. Right hand in front of your chest. Now you're going to be on your left hip to start. Keep the toes pointed out to the side with that left leg. Lift your hips up off the floor and stay lifted. And just keep the right foot pressing down. Now to take it further, stretch your right arm past your head. Lift your hips up even higher. And this might be enough. You can stay right here. Keep your core engaged. Keep your hips lifted. If you can go further, transfer most of the weight to your left foot. Maybe lift your right heel. And if you can move with this, lift the right knee up high as you can. Now bring the big toe down to the floor in front of your left leg. lift the knee, big toe comes down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind, and then set the right foot flat and sink all the way down. Once you come down, let's take it down to the right side. Right forearm to the floor, come down onto the right hip. Keep your right leg straight. Left hand in front of your chest. Just keep the left foot flat to start. Now push into the floor. Lift your hips up as high as you can. And then take it further. Stretch your left arm past your head. Keep your hips lifting high. Good enough to stay here. Now if you want to take it further, keep the weight on the right leg. Right foot pressing down. Lift your left heel. And then bring the left knee up as high as you can. Now bring the big toe down to the floor in front of your right leg. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down in front. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down in front. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down in front. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind, and then set the foot flat and sink back down. Bring yourself to an upright seat. Shake things out just a little bit. And then once you're ready, bring yourself into all fours. Now from all fours, just move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move a little bit. And just stay loose. And then we're going to go ahead and take this into the wrist. Now just keep your hips stacked over your knees. But bring the hands in close, within 2 hands length of your knees. Flip them over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips point toward you. Now spread your fingers wide, press the fingertips down. You can bring the hands in as close as you like. Just keep the hands tense. And lift your spine toward the ceiling. Go ahead, sway your shoulders side to side to feel this out. Now to take it further, you can come into center and then just go forward and back. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in toward you. You won't lower too far, but then lift back up. And just keep going back and forth, bending the arms and then straightening. Now when you bend your elbows, pull them back toward you, squeeze them toward each other rather than just letting them go out to the sides. You definitely don't have to go deep to feel this. Now if you want to take things further, try to bend the elbows and just hold that bend. Keep your hands tense. Look forward. Now as you hold this, extend your right leg straight back, reach for the big toe, and then lifting from the glutes, I want you to pulse the right heel up and down on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the right knee down. On the other side, still pressing down to the fingertips. Extend your left leg straight, reach for the big toe, and then lifting from the glutes, pulse the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your left knee down. And then come up onto the fingertips. And walk this out to all fours, wrists under the shoulders and knees underneath the hips here to set this up. Now, we're going to take another stretch here, one hand at a time, and this is going to move toward another side plank variation. So I want you to slide your right hand over to the left side, just inside your left hand. Now, with the palm facing down, rotate the right hand to the right, and then try to point the fingers in toward your knees as much as you can. And make sure you cross the midline of the mat with that right hand. Now, the left hand is going to stay light. Just come up onto the fingertips. This will just help you stay balanced. Grip the floor with your right hand, and then step your left foot behind the right. Now, the hips are stacked, left above right, right hand gripping the floor. Now, just look down to the pinky to the right, the pinky on your right hand. Now, as you look down, stay light on the left hand. Just touch the fingertips down to the floor, and then back and forth, moving that left arm slow. Lift the left elbow up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And then very slowly bring the fingertips back down to touch the floor. Again, pull the left elbow straight up, stack your shoulders. And then bring the left hand down, fingertips touch your mat. One more time, bring that left elbow up as high as you can, hold here. Now as you hold this, your shoulders and hips are stacked. Right hand's gripping the floor, right foot kicking down. If you want to go further, try to lift the left foot. All right, from wherever you are, bring everything down. Come into all fours and just shake that right hand out for a moment. Now I want to take it on the other side. So again, just start from all fours, wrists under the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And this time, slide the left hand to the right, go past the midline of the mat. Now, rotate the left hand to the left and then in toward the knees as far as you can go. Set that hand flat, spread the fingers wide, dig your fingertips down. And grip the floor. Come up onto the fingertips of the right hand and stay light. Now to take it further, step the right foot back behind the left, stack your hips. Now keep looking down toward the floor, toward the pinky on your left hand. And then we're going to work the right hand here, so stay light there. Fingertips touching the floor. And very slowly lift that right elbow up as high as you can. And then bring the hand down, fingertips come down to the floor. Right elbow up as high as you can lift again. And then bring it back down and touch the mat. One more time, right elbow high. Now keep it lifted. Keep the right shoulder above the left, still gripping with your left hand. Keep your left foot kicking down. And maybe lift your right foot up off the floor. Hold your balance here. And then release it. Bring everything down. Come back to all fours. And then just come down to sitting on your heels and just shake your hands out for a moment. All right, still working with the upper body and taking it further here. I want you to bring your hands down to the floor. And then we're going to come into your crow setup. So with your hands down, just keep them shoulder width grip with your fingers. And then come up onto the toes, heels up high. Touch the knees to your upper arms just above the elbow. Now just keep your hips high, keep your head low, keep your shoulders forward. And we're just going to keep the legs touching your arms like this. I want to walk this to the front of the mat. So bring the weight to your toes. Your heels are still lifted, but lift your hands. And then bring the hands forward, lean forward to lift your feet. And just walk this to the front of the mat like this. The weight comes to your hands and then to your toes. Just moving a few inches each time. And then once you make it all the way to the front of the mat, reverse direction, push into the hands, bring your toes back. And then pull the hands back in. And just walk this all the way to the back of the mat. Again, just a few inches each time. Now try to keep your hips high, keep your shoulders forward. And get used to the rhythm of shifting weight like this. Move with control. Keep your knees touching your arms the whole time. Once you make this all the way back, just reverse direction, come forward. And we're just going to bring this to the center of the mat, back to where we started, more or less. And then once you're back at the center of the mat, go ahead, bring your knees down. And then take a moment, shake your hands out again, roll your shoulders out just a little bit. We are not done with the upper body here. One more thing before we move on, and this is going to take us toward a couple variations of the Russian push-up. So I want you to bring yourself into all fours. Wrists beneath the shoulders, wrists beneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And then to set this up, keep in mind, we're going to work this through an entire movement. You're going to bend the elbows. You just go into 90 degrees. And just pay attention as your elbows bend to keep the arms under control. Keep the elbows squeezing toward your sides rather than just letting them flare out to the right and to the left. Now just pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, look straight forward. And then we're going to take 3 rounds here, back and forth. Shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway. Think chaturanga and squeeze your elbows to your ribs. Now the arms stay bent. Pull your weight back and bring the forearms to the floor. Now keep your arms bent. Shift your weight forward. Come back to the chaturanga arms. And then press up to straight. 2 more rounds. Shoulders forward. Elbows in. Come down toward halfway. And then bring your weight back. Elbows come down to the floor. Now shift your weight forward. Keep the elbows squeezing in here. And then press this up to straight. 1 more round. Shoulders forward. Elbows in. Bring it down halfway. And then pull your weight back, bring the elbows to the floor. Now shift your weight forward, keep the elbows squeezing in. And then press it back up to straight. And once you're up, just relax, move around for a moment. Now that was the first set, and we're going to do 2 more. And you got 2 options here. We got a couple options, maybe a couple more options than that. But you can do the same version we just did with a modified version with the knees down on the floor. If you want to take things further, the full version is to step back with straight legs. And if you want to go somewhere in between, you can bend the knees as much as you need to as we go back and forth. But just feel this out. And whatever version you take, make sure you keep the arms under control. There's nothing wrong with keeping your knees down. But to set it up, wrists into the shoulders, knees into the hips, dig down with your fingertips. Again, 3 rounds. Shoulders forward, elbows in, come down halfway and hold here. Now bring your weight back, elbows come down to the floor. Keep your arms bent, shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows to your sides, and then press back up to straight. 2 more rounds. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down halfway. Bring your weight back, elbows come down to the floor. Shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows in like this, and then press back up to straight. 1 more round. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down halfway. Pull your weight back and bring the elbows down to the floor. Now shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows in, and then press back up to straight. And set your knees down and just relax for a moment. You can shake your hands out, roll your shoulders out a little bit. And keep in mind, if lifting your knees up off the floor is too much, there's nothing wrong with setting them back down. Work the action of your arms and keep the elbows under control. All right, 1 more set. Again, 3 rounds. Go ahead, bring your hands into position, shoulders over your wrists. Take the version that works for you here. And then we'll start. So grip the floor with your fingers, look forward. Now, shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down halfway and hold. Pull back, elbows come down to the floor. Now shift your weight forward, squeeze the elbows to your sides, and then press up to straight. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down halfway. Pull back and bring the elbows down to the floor. Now shift it forward, squeeze your elbows in, and then press back up to straight. One more round. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down halfway. Pull back and bring the elbows back to the floor. Bring your weight forward, pull the elbows into your sides. Press up to straight, and then relax. And one more time, shake out your hands, roll your shoulders out, stay loose. Now you can take a break here and breathe. You can take another stretch when you're ready. Just bring your hands down, bring your hips up high, find your down dog. And once you find your down dog, just take a moment, move around. Now take a look at how you got things set up. So hands stay shoulder width, flatten your palms so you can feel weight toward the base of your thumbs. Let your chest sink low, but reach your hips up as high as you can. Pull into the belly, round the low ribs. Use your core to lengthen your spine and reach your hips up high. And if your legs are tight, just bend the knees and let that tension go. You can always pedal out and keep moving. When you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. When you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin and just restack your spine. So round up to standing. Bring your head up last and just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready here, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release your hands. With the next inhale, reach the arms up high. And with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly, and then release at the bottom. Now inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the forward to the shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrists underneath the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep that lift. And then take an inhale here. With the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides. Lower with control all the way to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. Let's take it up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and just stay lifted like this. Now keep the lift in your upper body, feet pressing down, keep your glutes squeezing. And then take the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back, keep looking forward. Lift up even higher. Now I want you to stay lifted like this, but take an inhale. With the exhale, just bring your hands down and slide them forward. Let's take this into Sphinx. So forearms parallel, palms down, bring the elbows underneath your shoulders. Grip the floor. Now as you grip, pull your chest forward, reach the crown of the head toward the ceiling. Keep your glutes engaged and keep your hips pressing down. Now as you hold on to this, work to lengthen your spine, drawing forward up and out of your pelvis. And as you keep that tension, just bend the right knee, pull the heel in toward your seat as close as you can. And then set the foot down. Bend your left knee, pull the heel in close. And then set the foot. Bend the right knee, bring the heel in close again. Set the foot back down. And then bend the left knee, bring the heel in close, keep your chest pushing forward. And bring your left foot down. One more time, bend the right knee, draw that heel in. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Bend your left knee, pull the heel in close. and set the foot down. Now kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, pull your spine forward up and out of the pelvis. And if you can take it further, as you grip the floor, maybe lift the elbows a little bit, maybe a lot. And again, work to lengthen your spine the further you take this. Now if you lifted the elbows, set them back down. And then slowly slide the hands back, bring your chin down to the floor. And we'll set this up, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows pulled into your sides, and we're going to go take this into upward facing dog. So when you're ready, with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active and lift your knees. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, and pull the hips forward to deepen the arc all through the front. Lift with the arms and bring your chest forward, keep your neck nice and long. Take an inhale, and with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Now from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reaches up high. And then with the exhale to sink into chair, put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, just see the feet are within hips with distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring the hands through heart center and twist. Bring the left elbow down outside your right thigh. Now press the elbow to the thigh. Press the palms together. See if the knees stay more or less in line. Sink your hips down low. Look up over your right shoulder. Keep your spine long. Keep breathing here as you twist. Now I want you to stay twisted but open up the arms. So slowly reach your right arm toward the back of the mat. Go ahead, straighten the left arm. Keep pressing into your right thigh. And maybe take it further. You can always lift that left heel up off the floor if you want to take it there. Now we're going to move from here to balancing. You want to take it slow and keep a minimum of a twist. So just set the left heel down if it's lifted. Half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing away. And then very slowly shift the weight to your left foot, look down at the floor. Take hold of your right knee with your left hand and bring yourself all the way to standing. Now once you're up, just keep your left big toe pressing down. And when you're ready, take a figure four. Right ankle crosses your left thigh. Now curl the toes of the right foot, bring the knee out to the side. Use your left hand to push that right knee out to the right. And then as you look forward, move further to your twist. Slide the left arm past your right leg. Now keep the right arm behind you, pull your right shoulder back, keep your gaze forward. And if you want to take it deep, you can start to slide the left arm further down. Keep the right leg pushing into the left. Now keep the right arm behind your back. Very slowly bring your torso upright. Hold the right knee with your left hand and bring yourself up to standing. Now as you hold this, move into a standing twist. Pull the right shoulder back, open up your chest to the right. And with your left hand, you can just hold the right knee, and that's good enough. If you want to take it further, maybe reach the left hand to the right foot, and you can extend the leg. All right, still balancing here. Right arm still bound. Turn back to center, right knee lifted. Bring the hands together at your left side. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together. Keep your shoulders drawn back. And then when you're ready, set your right foot down and come to standing with your left knee lifted this time. Now keep your right big toe pressing down. And let's take this to a warrior three. Put a little bit on the right knee. Now hinge to the right hip, extend your left leg straight back. Bring your lifted body into line. Squeeze the glutes on the left side. And just come down as deep as you can. Maybe your body's more upright. Maybe you come toward parallel with the floor. Now I want you to keep everything lifted in line like this as we hinge back and forth. So bend the right knee as much as you need. But hinge from the right hip. Bring yourself upright till your left big toe touches your mat. And then hinge from the right hip. Come back to the warrior three. Keep your gaze forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back the whole time. Again, hinge from your right hip. Bring yourself upright. Left big toe touches your mat. Hinge from the right hip. Come forward. Back to your warrior three. And then one more time. Hinge from the right hip. Come back upright. Left big toe touches your mat. Hinge from the right hip. Back to the warrior three. Take this as deep as you can. Keep your hips squared. Keep your gaze forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down. Set the left foot down behind you. Come into low lunge. lunge. Now I want to take this to a lizard lunge variation. Both hands inside the right leg. Walk the right foot toward the upper right corner of the mat. Make sure the ankles pass the knee at least a little bit. Curl the toes of the right foot up off the floor. Keep them curled. Roll to the outside edge of the foot and keep that knee to the side. Now stay on the toes of your left foot, but sink the knee down, sink your hips down, pull your chest forward, and keep looking forward from here. Right knee stays out to the side. Now, as you hold this position, keep your hips low and just take this with a little bit of a push-up. Bend the elbows to the sides. Bring your chest down low inside your right leg. And then press into both hands, straighten your arms, and lift back up. Again, elbows to the side. Sink your chest down low. Keep the right leg tense. Press into your hands and lift back up again. One more time. Elbows to the side. Sink down low inside the right leg. And then press back up the straight arms one more time. Bring your left knee down. Flatten your left foot. Kick into the floor. Squeeze the glutes on your left side and keep the right hip open. Now open up to the side a little bit. Take a half bind again. Right arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder back and look toward the back of the mat. Hips are low. Right knee to the side. Now if you can take it further without backing up your hips, maybe bend your left knee. You can lift the foot. And if you want to reach with the right hand, you can hold that foot and pull the heel in toward your seat. But keep your left hip low. And keep your right knee out to the side. Just keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just turn back to center. Hands to the floor inside the right foot. Tuck the toes of the left foot, lift the left knee. And we're going to take this to a side plank variation. So the left hand's your base. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Step the right foot behind the left leg and set the right foot flat. Now push into the floor. Lift your hips up high. And then reach your right arm past your head. Stretch this out long. Same thing we were doing before on the forearm. Now, if you're going to take it further, push into your left foot, lift the right heel. And then back and forth. Lift the right knee up as high as you can. Bring the big toe down in front, and then lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down in front. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down in front. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Now lift the knee, and then bring it forward. Right hand forward. Right foot forward. Bring the left foot forward as well. And take a forward fold to the front. When you're ready with an inhale, lift this up halfway. With the exhale, set the hands, we'll take it to crow. Now dig your fingertips down, lift your heels, bring the knees to touch your arms. Hips up high, look forward, lean forward, go slow. And lift your feet together, toes to touch, bring the heels up close. Now for the one-legged crow, start to shift your weight to the left. Maybe just lift the right knee a little bit. Maybe squeeze the right leg to the left. And maybe extend your right leg up and back. Take this to where you can. When you're ready, go ahead, take it to your Vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, move around. And then to take that on the other side, from your down dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reaches up high. And then with the exhale, just sink down into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, feet within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center. Take an inhale, and with the exhale, move into the twist. Hands to heart center. Bring the right elbow outside your left thigh this time. Now press the elbow to the thigh. Keep your knees in line. Press your palms together. Keep your spine long. Look up over your left shoulder. Keep your hips low. Now take it further. Open up your arms. Keep your twist. Reach your left arm toward the back of the mat. Look back. Straighten your right arm, but still push into your left leg. And maybe lift your right heel and take this further. Now again, we're going to take this into balancing, keeping some minimal twist to your right arm in contact with your left leg. So just very slowly, right heel down if it's lifted, half bind, left arm behind your back. And then bring your torso up, right, with your right hand, hold your left knee, and come up to standing with your left knee high. Now keep the right big toe pressing into the floor. And when you're ready, take your figure four. Left ankle crosses your right thigh. Now curl the toes, left foot, sink down, bring that left knee out to the side. As you look forward, bring the right arm outside your left thigh and maybe slide it further down. Pull the left shoulder back. Keep breathing here. All right, now slowly from your left arm still bound, bring yourself upright. Hold the left knee with your right hand and come up to vertical. Now work this with your standing twist. Just draw the left shoulder back, open up your chest to the left side. And this is good enough. If you want to go further with the right hand, reach for your left foot, maybe extend the leg. And just keep breathing. Now still balancing and still with your half bind. Turn back to center, left knee lifted. Bring the hands together at your right side, palms to touch, fingers interlaced, shoulders pulled back. When you're ready, set the left foot down and come to standing with your right knee high. Now keep your left big toe pressing down, keep the shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. And let's take it to the warrior three. So put a little bend on the left knee and hinge from the left hip. Extend your right leg straight, bring everything lifted into line. And you can keep it upright, maybe come down toward parallel, try to keep your hips squared and keep looking forward. And then keep everything in line like this and go back and forth. Bend the left knee as much as you need. But hinge from the left hip. Bring yourself upright till the right big toe touches the floor. And then hinge from the left hip. Come back to your warrior three and keep everything lifted in line. Again, hinge from left hip. Bring your torso upright. Right big toe touches down. Hinge from left hip. Come back to the warrior three. Work to keep your hips squared. One more time. Hinge from that left hip. Come back upright. Right big toe touches down. Hinge forward, take it to your warrior three and take it down as deep as you can. Hold your balance. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down. Right foot comes down behind your low lunge. Now let's take it to that lizard lunge variation. Hands inside the left leg. Left foot toward the upper left corner. Ankle past the knee at least a little bit. Curl the toes of the left foot up. Roll to the outside edge of the foot. And then sink your hips down low and pull your chest forward. Keep the right knee lifted behind you. Now let's keep the hips in the same position here and move from the upper body, a little bit of a push-up. Let the elbows go wide. Sink your chest down as low as you can inside that left leg. Press in your palms and bring your torso back up. Again, elbows wide. Sink down low inside that left leg. Press in your hands, straighten your arms, and lift back up. One more time. Elbows out wide. Bring your chest down low. Press into your palms. Lift back up one more time. And then once you're up, set the right knee down, flatten the right foot, kick into the floor, keep that right hip low. Open up to the left side, take a half bind, left arm behind your back again, draw that shoulder back, and keep the left knee to the side. Now if you can take it further, again, without backing up your hips, maybe bend the right knee. If you can lift that foot high enough, reach the left hand back and pull the heel in toward your seat. And just take things to where you can go. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring both hands down inside the left foot. Now tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee. And let's take it to that side plank. The right hand's your base, roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Step the left foot behind the right leg and set the left foot flat. Now press your hips high toward the ceiling, stretch the left arm past your head and stay lifted like this. And if you can go further, keep the weight on the right leg. Now lift your left heel and let's go back and forth. Lift the left knee up high as you can. Big toe comes down in front of the right leg. Lift the knee. And then big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down in front. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, and then bring your left hand forward. Step the left foot forward, and right foot as well. From your fold, take an inhale, lift halfway up. And with the exhale, set the hands, take it to crow. Dig your fingertips down, heels up, knees touch your arms. Hips up high, lean forward, go slow. Lift your feet together, toes to touch, pull the heels in close. And then for your one-legged crow, shift the weight to the right. See about lifting your left knee, maybe squeeze the left leg right. And you can always extend that left leg up and back. Take it to where you can go here. When you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. All right, when you're ready here, just bring your knees down to the floor, come into all fours. We're going to take this into Gomukhasana. Now I want you to bring your right knee forward to the center of the mat. Right foot over the left side. Cross your legs and pull the left knee in tight behind the right. Bring the feet out wide. As your legs squeeze together, come down to seated between your heels. And just take a moment, get both sit bones down. Now, if you need to back off, you can extend the left leg straight, right leg crossed over. Just get both sit bones down to the floor. And then let's take half the bind. So bring the right arm across your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach. Now you can hold the wrist, the elbow, anything you can grip. But with the left hand, draw back on that right shoulder. Open up your chest and sit up tall, and this is good enough. If you're going to take the full bind, right hand up between the shoulder blades. Left arm comes from above. And see about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now, shoulders pulled back again, sit this up tall, keep your gaze forward. And then keep the legs squeezing together, keep your feet pressing into the floor. Just take this to where you can here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, just release your arm bind. Set your hands down behind you, lean back, and uncross your legs. And then just cross at the ankles, come forward to all fours. And we'll set this up on the other side. So when you're ready, bring your left knee forward to the center of the mat. Left foot over to the right. Right leg pulls in behind the left. Legs together, feet wide. Bring yourself back down to your seat. And again, just take a moment here, get both sit bones down. You can always extend that right leg straight if you want to back off. Now for the arm bind, bring the left arm across your back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach. Again, you can hold the wrist, the elbow, anything you can grip. But draw it back on your left shoulder. Keep your chest open and sit this up tall. If you're going to take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm from above. And then again, find that grip somewhere in between. Shoulders pulled back, chest open. Again, keep your spine upright. Keep the legs squeezing together and keep your feet pressing into the floor. Now when you're ready, again, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Set your hands down behind you. Lean back, untangle your legs, and then come all the way down to your back this time. Now once you're down, pull the knees into your chest and squeeze everything in close. And then just one round of back bending here. Go ahead, bring your feet down to the floor. And then we're going to set this up initially in bridge, and I'll cue this into wheel if you want to take things further. Just take things as far as you're able. So feet, hips width. Bring the heels in close to your low back. Starts basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down. Keep your gaze high. When you're ready, with an inhale, press in your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And just stay lifted like this. Keep the hips pressing up. To take your bridge deeper, hands underneath your hips. Interlace your fingers, pull the palms toward each other. Draw your shoulders further behind your back, that'll open your chest even more. And keep your hands pressing down and your hips lifting up. Now if you want wheel, the hips stay lifted, just release the hands. And set them down around your head. So when you're ready, push in your palms. And then you can always lift to the top of your head first. Whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. Hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back of the mat. Keep your glutes squeezing, and you can always lift your heels. Now, if you took this into wheel, try to loosen this up a little bit. So as much as you might have straightened the arms, just bend the elbows, touch your head down to the floor, and then press up as much as you can. Again, bend the elbows, bring your head down low, and then press back up. One more time. Bend the elbows, touch your head down, press up one more time, and press your hips up, open your chest as much as you can. From wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring everything back down to the mat. Now once you're down, pull your knees to your chest and just squeeze everything in. And then we'll take this into a supine twist. So go ahead, release your left leg and extend it fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to your side. Now pull the right knee across your body, tuck your left hip underneath. Keep your shoulders down, look over to the right. Now find the stretch, outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can press down with the left hand, or maybe extend your right leg to the side. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring everything back to center. Draw both knees in. And then switch it out when you're ready. Extend your right leg this time. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Draw the left knee across your body. Tuck your right hip underneath. Keep your shoulders down. And then look over to the left. Now find that stretch out of left hip toward the low back on this side. If you need more, you can press down with the right hand. And maybe extend your left leg. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it back into center. Draw both knees in. Let's take it to happy baby. Now reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And then pull down on both sides. Draw the knees toward the floor outside your ribs. Push your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And just keep the tension working both up and down. Flatten your spine. Sink your tailbone toward the floor. And if you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, take a deep inhale here. Draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then start to move again. Fingers and toes. Arms and legs. Take a deep inhale. Reach your arms out long past your head. And then pull this all back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest. Draw the knees in as well. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale. Hold on to the top. And just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.